Hi everyone, my name is Ernesto, Library Assistant 3 with the San Diego Central Library, and I'd like to welcome you to the very first Jammin' at the Library guitar instructional video for beginning and intermediate guitar players. For our first video, we'll be taking a basic look into the anatomy of the acoustic guitar. Although we won't be doing that much guitar playing, understanding guitar anatomy will benefit you when communicating with other guitar players, when doing modifications or repairs on your own guitar, and understanding how your guitar produces sound, helping you improve your playing. Here we have a standard steel string acoustic guitar. Up top, you have the headstock. On the headstock, you have 6 tuning keys. The tuning keys hold the strings in place, and depending which way you turn a key, add or remove tension. The 6 tuning keys each hold a guitar string. Each string has a numerical name and an alphabetical name. Beginning from the biggest to the smallest string, numerically, their names are 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alphabetically, their names are E, A, D, G, B, and small e. At the base of the headstock, you'll find the nut. The nut spaces the strings so they don't vibrate against one another, and also provides them with height above the fingerboard. Now we have the neck. On the front of the neck, you'll find the fingerboard or fretboard. On the fingerboard, you have spaces that are divided by metal bars. These spaces are called frets. A standard acoustic guitar has between 18 and 20 frets. Now let's take a look at the guitar's body. Behind the guitar, you have the back. Then you have the sides, and on the front, you have the guitar top or the soundboard. On the soundboard, you'll find the sound hole. The sound hole's role is to amplify the guitar's sound production. Finally, we have the bridge. The bridge on a guitar has several important roles. First, it houses the saddle. The saddle, like the nut, spaces out the 6 strings and provides them with height above the fretboard. This distance between the strings and the fretboard is referred to as action. On the bridge, you'll also find the string pegs. The string pegs hold down the strings in place and are removed when changing out old strings. The final function of the bridge is to distribute the vibrations coming from the strings to the soundboard. Before concluding our segment on guitar anatomy, I want to highlight another common type of acoustic guitar. This here is a classical guitar. It looks similar to a steel string guitar, but with some variations. The first variation is in the tuning pegs. Both perform the same function, but wind and hold the strings in a different way. This is because both guitars use a different type of guitar string. A steel string guitar uses steel strings, whereas a classical guitar uses nylon strings. You'll sometimes hear classical guitars referred to as nylon string guitars. Nylon strings are more pliable than a steel string and under less tension when wound. If you own a classical or nylon guitar, remember to never use steel strings on it. This can cause damage to the guitar's neck, bridge, and soundboard. The final difference we'll look into is the bridge. The bridge on a classical guitar does not have string pegs. Instead, the strings are held in place by running each string through a hole at the bottom of the bridge and then tying them in place. When you strike a string on the guitar, the string begins to vibrate. That vibration travels down to the bridge and is dispersed onto the soundboard, giving the guitar its unique sound. When we strike a string without placing a finger down anywhere on the fretboard, we call that playing an open string. As your finger moves down the fretboard, you begin to shorten the length of the string, which then raises the pitch of the initial open string. And with this, we conclude our first Jammin' at the Library guitar instructional video. I hope you found this information useful. In our next video, we'll be looking into proper playing positions as well as right hand and left hand finger terminology. Thank you.